Hey everyone, and welcome back to Film Obscura, the channel that talks about rare and obscure media, as well as their stories. On today's episode, we go back to a time right when a certain sponge graced our screens, as we talk about the origins of SpongeBob Squarepants. In 1999, Nickelodeon got a bit zanier, as we were welcomed with everyone's favorite talking cleaning utensil. But before we discuss his premiere, we must first talk about when the episode was officially made. In 1996, Steven Hillenburg, SpongeBob's creator, began working on developing the series as an official piece of entertainment. The show's original title was going to be SpongeBoy Ahoy, but Nickelodeon did some searching and realized that the name SpongeBoy was already trademarked, meaning they would need to find a new thing to call the series. The original name was still referenced, though, in the Christmas episode and Squeaky Boots, when Mr. Krabs would call SpongeBob SpongeBoy as a nickname. Steven Hillenburg made sure that the new name still had sponge included, so no one would confuse the guy as a talking block of cheese, and thus the name SpongeBob Squarepants was born. The idea for the first episode spawned while Steven was having dinner with a friend, where he recalled an experience where he had to prove himself as a Boy Scout, and Help Wanted became a reality. Steven then pitched the series to Nick with full-on undersea props, as well as wearing a Hawaiian shirt. A year later, the pilot was then officially finished and recorded, in 1997. Now flash forward to 1999, and the show was ready to premiere. As we know, SpongeBob hasn't always been as widely known as he is today. Today you can hear his laugh, background music, or see his outfit, and immediately you recognize what show it's from. But back in 1999, the Sea Sponge didn't even have an intro to sing along to. Here's the first ever intro used from the series premiere.
SpongeBob Squarepants!
As you probably noticed, the singing pirate was nowhere to be found. He wouldn't be added until a later date. Here we just see a few pieces of artwork set to SpongeBob's action theme, as it would later be known. Very similar to test pilots from Oh Yeah Cartoons. But regardless of the series not having an official theme song, it still proved to be a wild success with both fans and studio executives, who immediately fell in love with SpongeBob, saying he was unlike anything they've ever seen before, and that they wanted to watch the pilot again as soon as possible. A few differences with the show's characters can be seen and heard in the pilot, such as Squidward's lighter blue skin and Mr. Krabs' brighter eyelids, as well as SpongeBob and Patrick's deeper voices. A couple of other omissions from the pilot would be the inclusion of sound effects for SpongeBob's footsteps, as well as the red outlines on characters' tongues, which in the pilot were replaced with black outlines. Some of the bigger differences would be Mr. Krabs' office being on the right side of the Krusty Krab, opposed to the left, and Squidward's stone driveway being replaced with wood. Overall, these changes aren't too drastic or glaring, considering this was the first entry in the franchise, especially when considering how subtle these aspects were changed later on. And that, everyone, was the origins of SpongeBob Squarepants. Thank you guys for watching, don't forget to like and subscribe, and as always, see you next time.